there, and welcome to the Potscast. I didn't post last week. Turns out nobody noticed. Anywho, this week I have a bit of a process video. I have a little bit of cooking with Amanda, and I think I have a little bit of wildlife. Let's have a look, shall we? I thought we'd go a little bit deeper into the art mug, because I don't think I did it justice in the main video. So here we go. People think that because I say I have a very organic work style, I think people think it's haphazard. And I like to make the distinction between haphazard and organic, because I do things with intention without a fixed idea of the result, if you get that. So I used my really dark cobalt and I used my white, and I put cobalt on one hand and I put white on the other. It's going to end up looking a bit like waves maybe. And then I did all sorts of movements with my fingers. Now those movements, I didn't know what they were going to do, but there was an intention to mix the two colours in an organic fashion to make it look more authentic. So that's the fancy description. Now let's just look at it. The real sea and sky. My mug sea and sky. I think I'm kind of there. So what I hope you can see is the texture of what I like to call a wave. To my eyes, they look like birds flying off into the sky. And if you look at the way the dark bits go, I think that looks like the shadow of St. Vincent. Now that's just could be me just looking and seeing more into it. And all of the texture works. These are the big waves. Even the handle, I wanted to make it look like a wave crashing. And then the centre, the eye of the storm, as calm as you like. It's obviously underneath the sea, or what's going on. There you go. It's all intentional. But at the same time, it's not. That's why I can't recreate it. Also, I don't think I made enough of the lid. Now, this lid was originally going to be the lid for the goblet, but then I realised it fit better on the mug. Look at that bottom. Is that not one of the most beautiful bottoms you've ever seen? Because again, echoes the eye of the storm concept. See, also, the funny thing about my process is sometimes I just make stuff. I don't know why I'm making it, I just make stuff. And the interesting thing about that is, somewhere down the line, I find another piece that it matches perfectly. Don't know how it works, it just does. So I've just discovered, I discovered a couple of days ago that I can make fantastic ribs. Who'd have thought it? Now, a couple of days ago, I made barbecue ribs. But today, I'm having a go at teriyaki ribs. Do you want to see? The first stage of my process is I slow cook, I marinate the ribs in the teriyaki sauce overnight. And then I put them on a low, slow cooker. Well, it was on high, but I need to put it on a low now. I put it on a low cook. And then afterwards, what I do is I take all of the sauce and I reduce it down in a pan. And then when I'm ready to eat, I pour it over the ribs and stick them in the oven to get the crispiness. I swear to God, they were amazing. And they were so amazing that I ate them before I took any videos. But I'll show you these ones when they're done. Right, so this is the teriyaki sauce that the ribs have been cooking in all morning. Now I'm just going to boil that up and reduce that down to a thick sauce, and that's what I'm going to pour over before I put the ribs in the oven. So that has reduced down considerably. The flavour is amazing. And all I do now is pour it over the ribs. There you go. And they'll go into the oven at medium heat for about 10-15 minutes. And juicy teriyaki ribs. So these are the finished ribs. Just look how soft they are. Just fall apart soft. Look at the quality of that sauce. It was so soft, it fell apart. The raw ribs cost me $8.50, which is less than £3. So as well as the ones I've just eaten, I have all of these. I mean, look at them, they're just so... Oh. And I have some teriyaki sauce that I'm going to make some teriyaki chicken noodles with later in the week. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I decided I've mastered the juicy ribs. I thought I'd go for the dry ribs. So I decided to go for the salt and chili pepper ribs. Look how well they've come out. See, I told you it would be wonderful, didn't I? I told you when it came out of the kiln it'd be wonderful, and I also told you, look, there'd be a crack. But I managed to close. Oh no, there's the other crack. There you go. They're the two cracks, but I don't care. This is for me. I told you it'd be wonderful. And you know how I was saying that sometimes I'd make one thing and then much later I'd make another thing and then suddenly they go together. Look at this. Do we remember this mug? This is the mug I made for myself using the blueprint of the Ladera mugs. No, it's one I made for myself is because it doesn't have the Ladera L, it has the A. But anyway, look at this. Perfect. Look how cute. Look how cute. Let's see if he stays there long enough for me to see him. Look how cute he is. I love myself a little gecko. Is it a lizard? Is it a gecko? What is it? Whatever it is, it's cute. And they eat all the spiders. Watching. Have a great week. Yeah, that's the piton. This episode of the Potscast was carefully assembled by me, Amanda, on the island of St. Lucia. Bye. If you want to have a go at doing what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, check out my pottery retreat.